almost got married. Just a little more.
But later, my mom messed it up.
In the 1990s, on the icy streets of northeast China, a street thug roaming the underworld, making a living by collecting debts, she encountered a gentle, clean ordinariness. The girl was originally a cold encounter with debt collectors, but it became the most deeply emotional bond of her life. Some people meet as if it were fate, loved before. It was a regret, and all his life with Tai was defeated by that untimely companionship. It is said that the sons and daughters of the martial world are the most heartless, yet some leave their brilliance to the world. All tenderness and favoritism are given to one person. A 2021 tearjerker romance film, Northeast Love Song, takes you into the 1990s. In a small northeastern town, watch the street punk Yutai, in the clumsiest way, love the most earnest people, endure the most bitter rest of their lives. The male lead is named Yutai, a spirited young man who makes a living collecting high-interest loans every day. If they can't collect a bill, they'll hit people, and when he can't get the money, he'll use tough tactics to disguise himself. He grabbed the gasoline and started pouring it into his mouth. Then he took out a lighter and shouted that he wanted to set it on fire, using it to threaten the debtor into paying back. But it was this man full of temper. When he learned that the debtor's mother was seriously ill, he would quietly withdraw 1,000 yuan and then pay it back.
Jai was with his life.
But kindness is the underlying color engraved in our bones, and this tenderness, hidden beneath her chest, until she met the daughter of a debtor, Lily was fully revealed. Their first meeting was when Yutai brought people to the hospital to find her. Her father wanted to pay a debt to Tai, kindly consulting her, but Lily simply had no money to repay her.
I don't have money to pay you back, so get lost, and don't let me call the police.
How can you still be so poor? If you don't have money, you won't repay. I'm talking to you. What should I do? Then you guys should find him.
At this moment, Yutai did not hesitate out of temptation. Helpless, Yutai had no choice but to have his men sleep together and drag them away with them. The doctor couldn't stand it. He tried to stop him, but Yutai stopped him at the door. As a daughter, Lily sacrifices her father's life. In the end, he could only agree to repay the money. He then pressed his fingerprint on the IOU. Looking at the woman in front of him, forced into a trap, Yutai, who had been single for half his life, actually developed a heart for Xiangyi. From then on, Yutai was like a shadow. He followed behind Lily. Lily was working hard every day after work to earn money for her father's treatment. Instead, he came to restaurants to work odd jobs as his only means of transportation, and he often broke down. Every time I got home, it was already late at night. This made Yutai feel deeply distressed. No matter what, he had to help him. Afterwards, he found the company owner. He hoped the boss could forgive Lily's father's debt. The boss also saw through Yutai's little scheme. He said he could refuse a single cent of interest, but the principal must be returned to Yutai, so the boss will have to deduct it from his salary in the future. To leave a good impression on Lily, Yutai made a special trip to his brother's salon and carefully styled a stylish hairstyle. My sister-in-law was strong and took the initiative to introduce her to a blind date, but Yutai didn't even think and directly refused because deep down, she had already quietly placed the Lily she longed for. Afterwards, she deliberately went to where Lily worked, silently stepping in to help her out of trouble. A phrase that has never been in love, wooden by nature. Overjoyed, she wanted to confess, but as soon as she spoke, Lily looked at her with utter disdain.
Let me tell you, this is the last time, please. Leave this place, lost and lost.
Back home, Yutai lay on the bed, tossing and turning, unable to sleep. His mind was full of thoughts. How to move Lily, let her see her true feelings, and accidentally catch a glimpse of the hanging beauty on the wall. She suddenly had a flash of inspiration, and had an idea. When she met Lily again, the honest and straightforward Yuti directly pushed Guai in front of her. He seriously proposed the agreement. As long as you spend 2 hours on a date with yourself every day. The money owed to her was wiped out in 1 month after a month. Lily was instantly furious after hearing this, and immediately picked up the hot soup. Stillness poured over the fish iron head. In her eyes, this is not a clear date. It is just an absurd body-selling device. It was thought the two had finally fallen out, but no one expected. Yutai followed with a series of heartwarming yet clumsy moves. This gradually changed Lily's opinion of her. One day, Lily went to the hospital to pay her father's hospital bills, but the nurse told me that someone had already advanced the cost. She picked up the payment receipt and saw that the fish invitation was clearly signed with her name. The next day, Lily took the initiative to ask Yutai to meet him. She knew exactly what was going on and directly told Yutai that she was dead. We agreed to just walk and eat for 2 hours a day. More than ideas, don't even think about it. Looking at Lily's tough and honest tone, they could only obediently agree, and the two made a verbal contract to officially begin. A man who falls for 2 hours of dating every day is always clumsy yet adorable. To change her impression of Lily, Yuti started to tidy up her outfit. Take off your usual grumpy shirt and put on a clean one. Dress gently again. He brings new ways every day to buy supplements for Lily. He even took her and his brothers for skewers and dinners. Even though Lily didn't touch a single bite the whole time and remained indifferent, Yutai didn't care at all. To her, as long as he could be by Lily's side, the date was already filled with joy. Even though she was always looked down upon and alienated, she remained steadfast in her sincerity. Sooner or later, he could warm Lily's heart. Until this day, Lily accidentally saw Yutai quietly washing her paralyzed father from afar, carefully changing his underwear. He suddenly realized at that moment, this usually troublesome thug, who usually fights and messes up to his core, she actually possesses such gentleness, a meticulous side. It turned out he wasn't as annoying as she had imagined. From that moment on, Lily quietly felt a trace of affection for short iron in her heart. The two of them went to the skating rink together to play in the snow. This time, Lily lowered her guard and immersed herself in the joy, watching Yutai foolishly fall onto the ice. For the first time, he genuinely smiled at her. At night, Yutai escorted Lily home, watching her turn and leave. A trace of reluctance actually welled up in Lily's heart. But love is never smooth sailing. One day, the two went to the market to buy groceries at Yutai Zhuang. Seeing the vendor being forced to pay debts by bullies, the vendor was driven to the brink of nowhere to turn. He picked up the kitchen knife and tried to resist desperately. In this critical moment, Yutai promptly threw out a box to block them. To protect the honest merchants, he could only deliberately put on a fierce appearance to keep the crowd in check. Yet, this scene was fully captured by Lily not far away. She misunderstood Yutai, thinking she was just coming to demand money because she was being forceful. The knot of oppressing the pickers was thus sewn. Lily immediately found Yutai and resolved to completely cut ties with her and severed all contact. Since that misunderstanding broke up, the two completely cut off all contact. After losing Lily, Yutai lived a muddled life, always wandering alone, lost in thought at the place where they once dated. That day, he came to the hospital as usual. She wanted to help Lily's father pay for the hospital bills, but was told by the doctor, the old man, he had passed away yesterday, and when the tragic news arrived, Yutai rushed to the funeral. At the scene, Lin Waishen solemnly resided deep in the third palace. At such a grand funeral, except for Lily, not a single relative came to say goodbye, and it was heartbreaking. She proactively applied to the staff to replace the mourning hall with a larger one. Busy back and forth, he had long since taken care of all the funeral arrangements and regarded Lily's father as his own family. He treated her by using his connections and inviting a group of market vendors to come and investigate. Coincidentally, the vendor who had been collected for debt was also present, publicly revealing the truth behind Yutai, who had once righteously rescued the situation. At this moment, only then did Lily suddenly realize what was happening. It turned out that she had completely wronged Yutai that day.